Hey, my name's Dr. Nought, and this is Orwell, Ignorance is Strength. It just came out, and today we're going to do episode 1. And stay tuned, because as each episode comes out for this Ignorance is Strength, we will play it, and it'll be posted within a day. That's my plan, except for this one. Alright, let's start it out. I've been selected again. No way. Can I do... Yes, I can. Okay, good. Dr. Nought. Oh, profile picture. Can I be the same guy as last time? No, my guy must have been arrested. I think I'll be this guy. I was hoping to have the same avatar as the first Orwell. What? At fakemail.com. Alright, please agree to the following terms. I am willing to severely affect the lives of citizens and non-citizens of the nation. I'll do whatever is necessary to keep the nation from harm. While working, I will only adhere to the statutes, and principles of the office. Sure. Oh wait, that's statutes. I'm an idiot. Okay. Thank you. Okay, never mind. Agent investigator pairing. The following investigators are available for pairing. Whoa. Please chose the corresponding profile of the investigator you wish to be paired with. Yeah. Wait, so I'm just paired with another guy named Dr. Nought? Okay. Aptitude test. In order to qualify for special duty within Orwell, taking the aptitude test is mandatory. Test requires you to complete a set of tasks, follow the on-screen instructions carefully, and answer truthfully to the best of your beliefs. Note that an insufficient test result will disqualify you for special duty permanently. Alright. Which of the following statements are true to your attitude? Drag and drop at least one of the highlighted. Alright. Data chunks into the answer sheet on the left of the screen. I want to be a pioneer in the most advanced security program. I want to make the nation a safer place. I like spying on people. I want to protect people from harm. I am in it for the money. Let's do this first one. That pioneering attitude. Okay. Oh, I can drag more if I want. Can I be in it for the money too? Yeah. Which of the following persons do you consider likely of having committed a crime? Oh, so now you're gonna have us racial profile somebody? All of them? Wait. Can I do... So if I choose this guy, it's a male. This person, what, African American, this person, Middle Eastern, this person. I'm gonna choose this person. Can I choose more than one? I'm gonna choose all of them. I don't discriminate. Everyone's guilty. Is that fair? There you go. Which of the following statements do you consider to be true, if any? An unjust law can and should be violated. There is no such thing as a justified lie. There are two sides to every story. That's for sure. A government should safeguard the citizens by any means necessary. Absolute truth exists. These two seem like the most rebellious. I'm gonna choose those ones and not do these three. Are very like pro-government. Feels like these two could be on the sides of the people. Given the choice, would you prefer to have your medical record or your dating profile investigated? Dating profile, because I don't have one. I mean, I don't really have much of a medical record, like in real life, I guess, either. But I would do dating profile. But I guess that would imply that they could know everything about my love life. Oh, that could be weird. Not that my love life is weird. Alright, anyway, back to this. Which information from your dating profile would you give to an investigator willingly? Profile picture. I feel like that's easy to figure out. Duration of last relationship, sexual orientation, full transcripts of all chats, sexual preferences, and quirks. 3 of them are sexual. The other one, no way would I ever do that. Are you kidding me? Not that I have anything to hide. That is. So let's just choose that one. Alright, confronted with the situation below, which action would you take? Your best friend boasts about having been accepted into Orwell. Since you are working for Orwell yourself, you know that talking about your job is punishable by imprisonment. Well, wouldn't the other person go to prison? Without saying anything to my friend, I informed the national authorities at the next possibility, so my friend would go to jail. I warned my friend I'm working for Orwell too, and that I will have to inform the authorities if this continues. I feign ignorance, but hint my friend talking about such a delicate job might not be advisable. So this is like the one the government would want. This is not a good one, I don't think. In real life, I'd probably do this and then get arrested. But I'll do this one. Feign ignorance, because, you know, ignorance is strength, right? You failed the aptitude test. The office has rejected you as an agent for special duty due to your answers in the aptitude test. But if you ask for it, the test shall be reset and you will be given another chance. Okay, fine, I'll go pro-government. Oh my god.
Hello, O'Brien. Is that you?
I have to disappoint you.
Vhart? Raban Vhart? How? After all this time? I didn't think you'd...
Remember what you did? Again, I must disappoint you. I have not been blessed with a short memory.
Vhart. Raban, listen. It wasn't me. I don't know anything about what happened there. That's the truth.
Truth. See, I never had much regard for the Bible, but there's one remarkable, groundbreaking moment. Before being sentenced to death, Jesus goes on and on about being a witness for the truth. But Pilate defies him with the simplest of all questions. What is truth? It is this particular question I've been pondering over for a very long time now. How much of the information ending up on our screens every single day has passed through so many other minds before, each one with their own bias and agenda. It is all cut down to size, proportioned, ready to be consumed. And yet we greedily swallow it all in blissful ignorance, because our hunger is unending.
Stop the nonsense and get to the point. What do you want?
To ask you a question. What is truth?
I don't understand.
Now you're the disappointing one. You of all people should, Oleg Bakay. There is only one thing about truth that is certain. Truth is dead. As you soon will be.
What? Why? You? How did you manage? How? Vhart! Vhart!
Vhart. So if those telephone calls are now audio, man, that would save my voice. Okay, so I'm assuming what happened with us, episode 1 Thesis, is that we went back and did all the pro-government answers, but now they know. Now they know we have a non-government bent to us. Ampleford. So, you think you can redo the aptitude test just like that? That's either downright naive or you are willing to shift the truth for your to your liking. You might be exactly whom I need. Yes. Yeah. My name is Ampleford. I am a part of a special division within the government, the office. We get called in for the delicate matters. A man called Oleg Bakay disappeared a couple of days ago. The last we heard of him was the call I just played to you. I have added a transcript of that dialogue to your reader tool. You can read it again, or listen to the recording. When you're done, open the unknown person profile on the left. Okay, we don't need to read it again. This is basically saying that, you know, when so many people, when a piece of information goes through so many people, it's bound to get distorted and falsified. Since you are paired with an investigator, I'll assume you're familiar with the procedure and spare you most technicalities. For starters, upload Oleg Bakay's name from the transcript to his file by dragging it into the profiler on the left. Yes, I know how to work it. Where's his name? There it is. Good. This profile is now primed on Oleg Bakay. Now other data chunks related to this person might appear. Check the transcript for newly found data chunks. Oh man, we got small changes in time too. So, was threatened with death, yeah. That'll be important, probably. By Vhart. That's an odd thing to say, isn't it? We're taking that as a death threat, as did the National Beholder. Anything else in here? No. His anti-Cassart blog involved in Pargesian soldiers' disappearance. The National Beholder is the most respectable news site in the nation. You may browse their headlines freely to get informed. The recording of the call you heard ended up in their newsroom. Why? That's a piece of the puzzle we're missing right now. However, this article is a good starting point for our investigation on Oleg Bakay. To proceed, please adapt his picture and profession. Pargesian Army Officer Oleg Bakay. And, okay, as you see, Oleg Bakay is an important figure in the Parges army, our neighboring country. We're very concerned about his fate. Why are you concerned? Not exactly the most tender smile. That's not what we're here for, after all. What? Tender smiles? Okay, an audio recording of a phone conversation between Pargesian Army Officer Oleg Bakay and Raban Vhart was leaked to the National Beholder late Monday evening. Who's Raban Vhart? That's the question. Raban Vhart. That's the name that Oleg Bakay mentioned during the call. Let's focus on Bakay for the moment. We will get back to Vhart in a second. Okay. This convo was leaked to the National Beholder late Monday evening. Raban Vhart is known as the editor-in-chief and founder of the highly controversial blog The People's Voice. That's important. Why are we not putting that in here? Let's go back to Bakay. In the ominous recording, which has since been verified by experts, the editor directly threatens the officer, claiming that Bakay would be dead soon. In the light of Bakay's recent disappearance, experts have developed a theory the blog might be directly involved in or may otherwise have incited the incident. The fact that the recording was leaked by an anonymous source to the National Beholder has been interpreted as a direct threat to the Cassart administration of Parges and their alliance with the nation, which the blog openly and aggressively opposes. I mean, that's... yeah, you don't have to connect, you know, one and one here. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's not hard to realize that that would be the outcome that you would think, that if someone threatens your life and the guy goes missing, that's probably what happened. There's Captain, 3 stars. Agent, you may have noticed by now that for every data chunk you upload, 10 minutes of time passed due to Orwell's extensive search algorithms. I didn't notice it was 10 minutes, but thank you. The events around us will unfold whether or not we are making progress on our case. Keep this in mind. Oh, that's unfortunate. Because I liked, in the previous game, I was just throwing everything. Alright. So things are going to go off at certain times. Janice, how fitting. He still goes by this call sign. I'm granting you access to our database, which you should have a look at. You'll understand it better after you see the files. Things are going to go off at, like, say, 11 AM, regardless of if I'm dinking around or not. But I think I'm still gonna throw in most things, unless we're getting a warning saying, hey, you only have an hour. Protection of Prava from the ongoing threat through anti-government group Forces of True Parges during Prava Civil War. 2006. He also volunteered for military service, basic combat training completed. Bloody mess, that Civil War. Parges has suffered a great deal from it. So did the nation. Are we like called the nation? What is our name? Did we learn this? Like, what do other countries call us? They surely don't call us the nation. We may have learned this in the previous game and I'm just blanking on it, but... Alright, so Corporal Sergeant awarded Medal of Honor for saving civilians. Wounded. Reinstated. Oh yes, Oleg Bakay. Oleg Bakay is a paragon of honor. Alright. History of bravery, Army of Parges. Parges is our neighboring country. Our forces have a long tradition of protecting the Pargesian country and our values courageously and relentlessly. The Pargesian army, as it exists today, was formed by General Demjan Kassart as he freed Parges from the oppressive Fiad regime in 04. In spite of the successful re-establishment of peace and freedom in Parges, evil forces still threatened the Pargesian people. Hate group Forces of True Parges, FTP, caused a new conflict in 06 by evoking a civil war among Pargesian citizens using hate speech and propaganda to pull shaken people of Parges on their side. In spite of the Pargesian army successfully defeating the renegade group in 08, with the help of the National Army, their guerrilla war remained and peaked in the attack of our allies, the Nation. Oh yeah, so they do call us the Nation. That's so weird. In form of the Incident in 2008. The goal was to promote fear against Parges and Pargesian citizens and cause civil unrest between the two nations. The Blaine administration of the nation then returned to help Parges control the troubling situation in regards to the FTP in their country. Protection, preservation, and perseverance. How to serve the people of Parge. Okay. We've got more headlines. Bomb obliterates Freedom Memorial and kills 3. Wait. Wait. Is this... Wait, oh, this is happening at the same time as the previous game. Oh, this is not after. This is at the exact same time, April 13th. I believe that's when the previous game started. So that's that same bomb that went off. In the previous, like the first episode of Game 1. Negotiations with Triflith failed. There should be nothing in here. I'm not going to read these again because you can just, you know, go see. Movie shooting completed. Cool. That's really exciting. I'm going to go catch that in theaters. 50 Gray Shadows. Search database. While yes, we are in fact worried about our relations with Parges because of Bakay, we'll see that the whole truth is more complex. As you're not a simple investigator, you have access to an Orwell build designed to meet the specific needs of the office. We can utilize the data stored in the profiler in the left to circumvent certain restrictions that would otherwise bar us from making progress. Make good use of this ability within our database, the data stored in Bakay's profile so far, to solve my little mystery. Please insert call sign. Where is it? You did it. Well done. I'll leave you to your well-deserved info for a moment to truly understand why this case is so precarious. Okay, thank you. Here's a new photo. So he was born May 4th, 1979, and he is a Pargesian. But that's, I feel like that's obvious. Gonna be in their army, right? Assignment: confidential informant as officer of the Pargesian army. Oh. Well, well, well. Yes, Bhart is our informant, placed inside the Pargesian army for years, now vanished into thin air. You surely grasp the danger this poses, should it ever come out. You need to understand what happened, and then possibly retrieve him, or contain the damage. To get to the bottom of this, we will have to investigate the person who called him last, Raban Vhart. I already found a trace to him before on the Beholder. I'll turn Vhart into a target person now. Time to pick up from there. How did that take 10 minutes? I didn't do anything. Come on, yo. Or maybe it was the informant. Okay. We're gonna definitely add the phone. Luckily, Bhart is using one of our registered phone devices to communicate with us. It seems to be online right now. Well, that's convenient. You can access it using the Insider tool, which I will unlock for you now. And he tends to use names of people close to him as passwords. This has been strongly discouraged, but so far ignored by the subject. That will help us later on. Of course, we do inspect and observe the habits of our agents. What did you expect? I'm not saying anything. Chill out. Let's disable this. Wait, how new is this portrait, though? Now let's just add it. Who cares? In case you're wondering, yes, that really is the same person. Yeah, I believe it. Okay, so now we gotta go to Vhart. He's the editor-in-chief and founder of the highly controversial blog, The People's Voice. The People's Voice, we have heard of them. This preposterous news site has people rallying for protests in Parges for years. Judging by that call, Raban Vhart and Oleg Bhart seemed well acquainted, even if it isn't the most friendly relationship, apparently. Your task here is twofold, Agent. First and foremost, we are to locate Oleg Bhart. Then, in order to understand whether Vhart is behind Bhaket's disappearance, we need to find out what connects the two in the first place. Indeed. So, where did the... There's nothing in here, is there? No. I have to go to the Insider first, but let's finish up with Vhart here. The people... Okay, one more thing before I let you roam freely. Remember that we are bound to the division of powers defined by the Ethical Codex. You're now leaving charted territory as far as I am concerned, and I have to rely on the data you upload to make my calls. Doubt anything you read, especially when it comes to the People's Voice. Don't give me wrong info to work with. I'm counting on you. Yeah, so this is all the ridiculous fake news that everyone's talking about. Save Parges, hashtag. Okay. Is this even his picture? Who knows? Alright, let's go. Let's start from the top. The People's Voice, saying out loud what needs to be said. Nation burns again. 3 people are murdered because of Blaine's incompetence, but guess who will be blamed? Who? Blood runs through the streets of the nation as it sees itself confronted with the next big act of terror, right in its heart, the capital Bonton. 3 people have been brutally massacred right under the government's ever-so-watchful eye, and much to the surprise of all media outlets. It didn't surprise me, not one bit. Raban Vhart. You all know it, even though no one dares to speak out. The nation, its corrupt leadership, and all of their deluded flock who elected them carry the weight of the Freedom Plaza bombing victims upon their shoulders. But we know that's not true. Their false promises of safety have finally been unmasked for what they really are. A means to put themselves in power and uphold their reign of terror. What a farce this country is. Thanks to the People's Voice and our efforts to get the facts out to the people, the situation in the nation has recently been rather calm. Still, there is no doubt that head puppet master Blaine will point his finger towards us Pargesians. Exactly this has been has been happening for years, dating all the way back to the so-called incident in 2008 when the entire Pargesian people were blamed by the party. Here's what I say to that. As long as Blaine and Cassart remain in power, the best thing the nation can do is what it's actually doing right now, burning down to the ground. President Puppet stops re-election plans. Hold Cassart accountable for breaking his word. What's that? Rejoice, re-elections at last. This was your thinking last week as much as it was mine. Finally, years of torment will come to an end. But no. All of a sudden, President Puppet has taken a big step back from the promise to hold re-elections. Now he acts like he never even knew it was expected, let alone that he is the one who had announced it to the public. He must either be suffering from a severe case of dementia, or simply be a liar. Does President Cassart think we're downright stupid? How does he even dare? We're not blind, we're not deaf. For all we know, Cassart is being controlled by the nation's shady administration. I'm probably gonna have to disable a lot of this stuff because I have no idea if it's true or not. We will oppose this. Cassart and his puppeteer Blaine must be held accountable for their repeated crimes against the Pargesian people. They have betrayed and bled out our poor country for far too long already. This is a call to arms. Stand up and march the streets of Triflith tomorrow. Updates on this via our Blabber account. People's Voice. Wait. So this is already yesterday. I'll add that. Because that's like an actual thing. And he said, let there be riots, and there were riots. How did this man gain such an immense influence over his followers? About us. We are an independent collective devoted to providing you with the facts that mainstream media outlets try to hide. Oh my god, this phrase mainstream media is driving me nuts. It's driving me absolutely nuts. Editors, we strive to publish the truth. Illya Vhart, lead editor, so is that his son? Shannon Carrillo, media watchdog, and Daniel Buchanan, field reporter, Parges. Supported through donations. As a non-profit organization, we are funded solely through donations. The People's Voice is supported by the Angels of the Nation. What's with this? Network, a volunteer team who provide development assistance in Parges. Okay, I'll believe that. Reach out to our editor-in-chief, Raban Vhart, at robin@tpv.par. Supported by a national donation network. If we were to prove that Raban Vhart is using the donations for something harmful, we could pull the plug on him. Very good. This will allow you to observe his work email account through the listener tool. Once Raban Vhart receives an email or sends one through that account, you'll be notified and be able to read it. Oh, did you do that already then, hey? Yeah, so this is gonna be an issue. We're gonna have... Oh. Well, that's the Blabber account. Okay, so let's go... Let's go... I think this is older down here, right? Alright, People's Voice. This article is ridiculous propaganda. Mainstream media have been manipulating your thoughts since the dawn of humanity. Time to get rid of this enemy. Oh, for sure. Now that's a classic one. Demonize the free press. Straight from the dictator's guide to supreme rule. Yeah, very familiar, isn't it? Okay, so that's this. Okay, one thing is certain, Oleg Bouquet will certainly not be missed. So this is satisfied with Oleg Bouquet having disappeared. But then she said, or he says, the lone Triflith survivor, I don't know. What did he mean when he said Oleg Bouquet would not be missed? Did you retire him? And then People's Voice said, this is a misunderstanding. I am not happy either that Oleg Bouquet has gone missing. This soldier is not the one to blame here. Yeah, we're gonna go with this. Of course he had to brag about Bouquet's disappearance after the threat. Still, that doesn't answer whether Vhart is responsible for what happened. The classic, I'll say something very toxic, and then I'll take a few steps back from that, and and then you have no idea, and I can cite whichever one I want to whoever I'm talking to and be like, this is what I feel. Okay, let's jump over to the insider. Go back to Oleg Bouquet. Of course, Bouquet has locked his phone with our own encryption tool. I'm afraid not even Orwell can break that. You'll have to do this the old-fashioned way by finding and applying Bouquet's key. See if you can find a hint to discover his password. You may have to dig a little deeper to uncover it, though, so it may be advisable to check other resources first. Okay, so we'll jump back. We need a key for that. What do we got here? Crime rate continues to drop. Oh, geez, are we gonna get the same? Yeah, we're gonna get the same exact. This is weird. We're gonna get the same exact info, but now we're gonna focus on the Parges. That's kind of cool. Robert Blaine, Arthur Scott Gallagher, Catherine Delacroix, watch out. Peter Faulkner. Okay, this is what we just looked at. Go back. And come up top. There are the 5 pillars. Interesting. Discussion. What have you done, Raban? The people's voice. Saying out loud what needs to be said. Alright. Discussion. What have you done, Raban? I'm gonna call him Raban. Let's do that. I can't remember what his name is supposed to be. Actually, let's get this correct.
Hello. O'Brien, is that you?
I have to disappoint you.
Vhart? Raban Vhart?
Raban.
How?
Alright.
After all this
I
time?
can keep playing it. Cool.
I didn't think you'd...
Remember what you did? Again, I must disappoint you. I have not been blessed with a short memory.
Okay. Raban. Shannon Carrillo. So this is the earliest post. It sounds like they're accusing us of having kidnapped or killed this man. What have you done to Oleg Bouquet, Raban? Tell us the truth. And then his son or something? Let's not jump to conclusions. I'm sure Raban can offer an explanation. Shannon again. I am starting to doubt whether TPB represents what I stand for. We sell ourselves as a blog for the Pargesian people, defending their rights and protecting their freedom. As part of that is our duty to criticize the Pargesian government, and the military is a prime target. However, I never signed up to be labeled as a criminal. We don't threaten people, we don't kidnap people, and we certainly do not kill people. Raban Vhart. Calm down, Shannon. Since when do you believe that the National Beholder, or what the National Beholder prints? They are only trying to frame us. I have nothing to do with Bouquet's appearance. Did I call him? Sure. Did I get a little aggressive? I did. You see, Bouquet and I, we have a history. Before we left Parges, Bouquet had his mind set on joining the Pargesian army. He asked me to take care of his 14-year-old daughter, and I said yes. Soon after that, instead of returning to his daughter, I learned he had left for the nation. He said he wanted to find work there. Then all of a sudden he returns and ranks up to an officer in the army? I am fairly certain he works for the nation's government in some way. However, I have nothing to do with his disappearance. I would never kidnap or kill a man. Do not believe the lies of the National Beholder. Shannon, I was aware of all this. I believe you, but I really think you should watch what you say, Raban. This is starting to get way too tense. It's getting people worked up in both countries. And then Daniel, I am with Shannon on this. I also believe you, Raban, but you should really choose your words more wisely. I always wanted to criticize, one could even say fight against, the Cassart administration and their shady ties to Blaine. We don't want them to regard us as national enemies, and this fight should remain one of words. Raban, you guys are disappointing me. I thought you had it in you. Don't let them intimidate you like that. These are just empty threats. We have to stand our ground, now more than ever. We're not saying we disagree with you, says Daniel. Raban. We're just saying watch what you say. So this is true. He did come to the nation. It's true. Ah, I see the two know each other back from where they lived in Parges. Well done, Agent. With the basic connection between the two clarified in our in-depth research of the lead up to this phone call can now begin. I need you to investigate and upload anything that you think is relevant and accurate about the background of these two. Discard anything else. From what you gather, I will put together a theory about what happened and what we're going to do about it. At the very least, we need a solid motive for Raban Vhart making this threat to Oleg Vhart, an explanation as to how Vhart could contact him on his protected phone. If you need to keep track of your objectives, click on the Orwell eye in the upper left corner of the screen or press escape. I don't think this is true. Oh, no, this is good, actually. Denies it, but we're not saying that he didn't do it. Just saying he denies it. Raban Vhart mixes truth and lies adeptly to trick people. Take whatever he publishes with a grain of salt, as there are typically few truths. Be very, very careful when dealing with him, Agent. I have to rely solely on you. I know, but he's saying he didn't do it. No, I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying that he didn't do it. I'm just saying he said he didn't do it. That's all. Let's wait for this until we find what we need. So we've still got. Oh wait, I need to look at the users and stuff. So that's one piece of info. Raban, creator of the People's Voice, giving truth a chance from the front lines of Parges. Illya Shannon. It's an expatriate of Parges moving across to the nation in 1987 to chase the dream of being an investigative journalist. After being subjected to the corruption of the National Beholder, Shannon joined the People's Voice to offer their expertise to shed some light on the growing tensions in the region. Okay. And Dan, field reported, located in the capital of Parges. He gets us the truth fast, before the others can spin it. Direct from his political and social connections due to his excellent networking and reporting skills, a valued member of the team here at the People's Voice. Alright. No drafts to the article. So just have that one... Wait, how do I get back there? Alright. Prava City. Fred, what are you planning on doing against the FTP? Started by Jelena Lavrova. Way back when. Alright, Jelena, make sure I'm reading this in order, yes. My family and I are thinking about leaving Prava. We have been living in this beautiful town for generations and do not want to leave, but since the FTP started the Civil War, we do not feel safe here anymore. What are you planning on doing against them? Mayor Grabovac. Dear Mrs. Lavrova, the administration of Prava is currently in contact with officials of the Pargesian army in order to get some troops to protect the town from the FTP. There is not much else we can do at the current time, so we ask you to stay in a safe place and remain as calm as possible given the circumstances. Thomas Shernan. This is a joke, right? Keep calm? People are dying out there. Mrs. Toscola. My greatest concern is the well-being of my children. They both attend Prava Secondary, but I would rather make them stay at home during times like these, especially since I already lost my husband, who died serving in the Pargesian army. But teachers at Prava Secondary have been strongly urging me to let them go to school. How do you plan on protecting our schools, Mayor Grabovac? This is our most important issue right now. Raban Vhart. I sincerely understand your concerns, Mrs. Toscola. As the school's principal, I will therefore consider our options on how to protect the schools and Prava Secondary in particular. Really? Well, that might explain his preachy attitude. Indeed. Oh, hey there. Thomas Shernan. I don't believe you. Everyone here keeps talking about how we are supposed to change things in Prava. Nobody ever takes action. We're going to leave Prava and Parges. Goodbye, folks. It has been really mediocre to know you. Oleg Vhart. Leave Parges? And that is how you abandon not only your hometown, but your own home country? And go where? The nation? This pitiful stretch of land? Never? Or this pitiful stretch of land? Never! Where's the conflict? Oh. I think this is true. Oops, that's not his. I think that is true. Since we know that he's a spy, good. That might account for his loyalty towards us. Okay, see, I was under the assumption that you told me the truth. So now I don't know if that's true. Oh god. Believe me, you would be better off dying as a loyal citizen of Parges than as an inferior renegade. In fact, I have devised my own way how to protect Prava and show that I am a true Pargesian patriot. I am going to volunteer for the Pargesian army and fight to free this country from the plague known as the FTP. Raban Vhart. Seriously, Oleg, you have a daughter. She is only 11 years old and she needs you. Please don't make any hasty decisions right now. Besides, if I may dare to say so, I do think the FTP is fighting for the right causes. Maybe with the wrong methods. After all, I don't believe Cassart will be doing us any good, considering how we rose to power. And mind you, Cassart's ties to the nation are more than fishy. Oleg, mind you, Raban, please don't tell me you are a terrorist sympathizer now. As for my daughter Radka, is this like a public blog? What are you doing? What are you guys doing in the comment section? You have been one of her biggest role models for years now. You know her well, and she loves your classes. May I boldly ask you to take care of her while I am gone? Oh good, at least that's true. I see you found your first non-target person. Good. Orwell will keep track of them, but no data chunks or new documents for them will appear. I must authorize them to become a target person first, and I only do so if I feel it is necessary. She will be, but Radka's probably the password into this. So I think that's what we'll go next after we do a few of these more comments here. Raban. I am not a terrorist sympathizer, Oleg, and I am certainly not on their side. All I am saying is that you should try thinking a bit more critically towards this government of ours. Regarding Radka, I do not approve of you leaving her like that, and I am also not a Pargesian army sympathizer, by the way. But if you truly wish to choose this path and join the army, I will not let you and her down. Thank you, I really appreciate this. We do not, or rather, we do have our disagreements sometimes, but you are a good person and a good teacher, Raban. So this is sympathizes with forces of true Parges. Sure, why not? Terrorist. Fits the picture. Good, good. Yeah, this is just like the city's website. What is happening? We are below the snow and above the fog. Alright, so that's about the city. And city's news. They've got some things happening. Mammoth skeleton found an outer edge of Prava. That's cool. Town hall restoration works to continue. Expected to complete in July. Jumping around in time. New Prava citizens board for residents. And Jerome's Flowers looking for new florist. That made the news here? Alright. Jump back over here. Watch this. Nope. Oh, come on. But why can't I put his daughter's name in there? That was like a brilliant idea. Yes. Thank you. Orwell reports you have removed the encryption from Bakay's device. Open Sesame. Good work, Agent. That will aid us greatly. Yes, we know that he received. So Melissa O'Brien twice. Raban Vhart as well. And he was expecting a call from Melissa too. He said O'Brien at the beginning of that phone call. The one thing with this time thing, though, is I have a certain number before, what, 4 or 5 p.m. when I probably have to leave, so something happens at the end of the day. So we'll see. Perfect. With this number, we can track Raban Vhart's calls to and from his mobile phone within the listener tool. I gotta get over there still. Unknown person to Raban Vhart.
Karen, my love.
Hey.
Having a good day?
Yeah. So far so good. I called to tell you I'll be home late today. I'm sorry.
Again? They don't pay you enough for all the time you give them.
It's not about payment, and you know that. These people rely on me. They need me.
Yeah? Well, I need my wife at home with me some of the time. Am I asking for too much?
Raban, not so long ago you were among them. You have been in their position.
Yes, I know that. So was Illya, so were the others. Yet none of us were national soldiers responsible for invading and ravaging countries. If it weren't for them driving refugees out in the first place, why, we wouldn't need these camps.
This again? We talked about this multiple times.
I'm well aware that this extra time you spend there is for her, isn't it?
Raban, she is... I'm worried, that's all. She's more reclusive now than ever. Something isn't right.
One more reason to avoid her.
You want me to cherry-pick who deserves my assistance and who doesn't? All people get the same treatment, the same attention. That's my mandate. I thought you loved that about me.
I do. You're right. Of course you are. You always are. I'm sorry.
It's okay. So, are you good with me getting home late tonight then?
I am.
Thank you.
I will be waiting for you.
No, don't wait. It might get late.
Well, I can hardly go anywhere else.
You shouldn't say things like that. Anyway, I'll talk to you later.
See you.
No, I love you. Oh, unhappy marriage. Alright. So his wife is Karen. Makes you wonder how it must feel to be married to this guy. Believes the army of the nation invaded and ravaged Parges. Yeah, of course he would. He's a nationalist, obviously. Invasion, tisk, or efforts in Parges was justified operations to restore and keep the peace. And we succeeded, if I might add that. Of course you think that. You're a nationalist too. We're all just nationalists, and I can't believe our country name is the nation. Alright. So, he's also sent out an email. Might as well just look at this. From an unknown person to Raban Vhart. Revised article. Hey Raban, I finished revising the article you sent me and scheduled it for 3 p.m. like you asked. Don't know if I'll be able... Oh my god. Don't know if I'll be available for another one. I'm going to be a bit occupied tonight. Maybe I can spare some time remotely if I get a chance. One more thing. This bouquet thing is getting ugly. Lots of TNB believers are flooding us with threats on Blabber. Did you read any of that? Creeping me out. You know, I'd go to any length with you, just like when we moved to the nation. You're my brother. Oh, it's Illya, not son. Nothing can change that. It's even fine if you're not telling me the whole truth. What about Karen? They even insult her. She doesn't deserve to be treated that way. Don't you think it's about time you gave out a statement? You can easily debunk these lies, Illya. Yeah. Two dead after second explosion. There it goes. So that happened at 1:30 p.m. Alright, back over here. Headlines. Stelligan University campus. We'll read it so that we get it out of the way here, so we know what happens here. Alright. Holy moly, what's going on, Blabber? Alright, we'll just go with the most recent and read backwards. So we've read all these ones. Okay, so there's just a few other ones. Herman Vyasov. Tell us the truth about what happened to Oleg Bouquet. Save Bouquet! Oh, that one's up here too. What the hell? So you started threatening Pargesian soldiers now? This is just going too far. I hope you don't expect me to feel pity for Vhart. I don't. I mean, I don't either. I'm just letting you know, you know? Just gathering info. Surprised Orwell's gotten so slow. Prava. Principal determined to keep school service going. So this is back in 2010. Latest news report stated that the troops of terrorist group FTP are getting closer to Prava, which made many parents raise concerns about sending their children to school. Therefore, to ensure the safety of pupils and teachers, the school administration has requested protection by the Pargesian army. What the? Considered cooperation with the Pargesian army to protect his school. Despite of the situation remaining tense in our beloved community of Prava, Mr. Vhart said to keep the lessons going and is determined to provide ongoing education to our students. We ensure your children's safety at Prava Secondary School, the principal stated. Education is one of the highest valued assets that we have, and we will not give it up because of a meaningless war that is designed to frighten us, keep us from living our lives, he continued. I don't see how that's really important. I'm gonna save us some time here. Alright, so that was in November. So earlier, due to current events related to the war, the school administration has now decided to provide a protective hideout from combat activities by upgrading our library to a completely autonomous shelter situated in the basement of the school. Since it lies a few feet underground, it is an appropriate shelter against the horrors of war that your children should never be exposed to. We will continuously do our best to provide a safe space for children and families in these exceedingly difficult times. Then it says Prava Secondary now offering child daycare. Nikki Bellinton wins Prava Secondary's annual math contest. Good job, Nikki. So he taught English and philosophy. Of course, he's a philosopher. Raban Vhart has been principal of Prava Secondary School since May 2001. His main subjects are English and philosophy, additionally substituting for Pargesian history if necessary. Principal Vhart holds a degree in English literature and has spent a semester abroad in the nation as a student. That should be important. His knowledge of language and culture has been extensively valuable, both for the quality of his lessons and his continuously clear vision for forward-thinking and sociable school culture. Then we've got Kristina Theranovska, Andrei Peklinak, math, geography, physics, chemistry, Nikki Shergram, history. She lived through it, you know what I'm saying? old professor. Okay. What's the mission? Search through Prava Secondary attendance database. Please insert a date. I don't think this is gonna do anything. Yeah. We can find out if he was, who was there on a certain date. Let's just quickly check if we have. That's quite old. Try it, but that's quite old. This is not wasting us time, is it? Searching. Yeah, no. So this would help us figure out if someone was like at the school on a certain date. So I think this is going to be important. We should remember it. But we don't have anything. We don't have anything for it now. Yeah, records of attendance. Good, we have that. Oh my god, this draft. Crime statistics continue to get faked. Draft today by Raban. But Crow presents new crime statistics in a way favoring her politics, but who are the real criminals? Criminals are degenerates who wear striped clothing, monsters who make women and children cry. They are predominantly male, usually foreign, and present a danger to the public, thus they must be isolated or locked away. Or so goes the cliche that has been hammered into the public consciousness of the nation. I hope that's not the entire article, dude. You're gonna write a little more than one paragraph? Okay. So let's see, we've got on the People's Voice Arrival from a while ago, 2011. What we encountered in the safe country of the nation was not what we had expected. We finally made it, the glorious nation where we were hoping to be able to live a normal life, away from the fear and danger that our home country is now plagued with. Oh, so he left. Or that's what he's claiming on his website. Unfortunately, what we found upon arrival in the nation does not seem to be a lot better. We were assigned to the Outer Bonton reception camp as a temporary solution. They do not seem to know what to do with us. The camp is incredibly crowded. The most hilarious thing about this is that the media of the nation is telling its citizens a completely different story. What do you mean? Reception camps of the nation give refugees a chance of hope. Oh. I'm gonna just disable most of this crap that it's. Read about how openly we are welcomed, how we finally have a safe haven with free food, accommodation, and friendly people. Reality is the complete opposite. Now, don't get me wrong, I am more than thankful for being able to escape the terrible threat of war in our country. The situation in this camp is simply dehumanizing. We're being denied basic human rights. Food and bathrooms are rare, and fights over both are common. The only ray of hope is our social worker, Karen. Oh, that seems about right. Who seems to be the only one around here who really cares. She does everything possible to help us, and seeing her once a week is one of the few things keeping me going right now. Not the right profile. That seems about right. She should help anyone regardless. Raban Vhart married his assigned social worker. Do you find this as odd as I do? No? Yes? I don't know. Despite the hardships, we have sworn not to give in, or up, or any direction. We owe it to our people to make the situation here public, and also tell the people of the nation what is really going on in these safe havens for refugees. I decided to use this blog to publish facts, and facts only, about the war in Parges. Was this the first one? Dang. A journey. We said goodbye to our dear home. See you on the other side. It's been about a week since I started the journey from my hometown province to the borders of the nation. Together with my brother Illya, who is the only family that I have left, I decided to seek a new life elsewhere. We have lost everything, our workplaces, our homes, and many of our friends. I even lost my ability to walk. Really? The situation in Parges is horrible. I do not and will never understand how people can treat each other like this. This is our home country and we never wanted to leave. But now we have been expelled. I could not be more heartbroken to witness what is happening in the country where we spent our childhood, learned, lived, and loved. Will life really be better in the nation? We do not know, especially since the most important national news outlet recently published articles suggesting Pargesian refugees to be likely terrorists. Yeah, that's unfortunate. This is an unfortunate article. I don't know who wrote it, JP. All we can currently do is hope that these prejudices are not what the people of the nation stand for. We will soon find out. I have no idea if this is true or not. I don't know why he would lie about that. Does it look like he's sitting in this picture? Keep that open for now. Was in a journey. I'm gonna disable that because that was from a long time ago. Alright. Alright, we're getting swamped here. That was called history messages. Warning, I fear that my cover might have blown. I suspect Raban Vhart to be behind it. He tried to warn us that Vhart had compromised his cover. How could Vhart have done that? How did he know? Keep looking for an answer. There must be something we haven't found out about this mess yet. And I'm now proceeding according to the protocol for the situation like this, moving to secret location in order to conceal my whereabouts. So he could be there. Has his body been found? What the hell is that supposed to mean? Hiding? You mean voluntarily? There was no plan which included going and hiding anywhere. Oh. Is that the case? Wait, can I click? This way. What is that? What is this supposed to be? Okay. Current location, 22 Tesla Road. Bravo. Oleg Bakay is in his former hometown. Peculiar. Why is he hiding out there? Or rather, from whom? Raban Vhart? Excellent work. We will retrieve Oleg Bakay once we have a clear picture as to why he has gone missing in the first place. What that call meant. Go pick him up and let me know what happens. Or are we assuming he's alive? Oh, that's the guy in the... Not Butasov. It's the guy in this picture. Got nothing else here. Get out of his phone. So the only thing I'm not sure about is this. Now let's just add it. Oh, see, that helps. This genuinely surprises me. How did that happen? Yes, the medical database. I am assuming everything in here is true. Lauren Fitzgerald, don't lie to me. Outer Bonton reception camp. That is true too. What? Still? I doubt that somehow. Oh, damn it! Yeah. Okay, well that wasn't supposed to be now. I thought that's gonna be like, you know... Crime statistics continue to get faked, yeah. Oh, so it was posted. The most severe symptoms described by the patient are pain and stinging in the lower back area, as well as tingling and occasional complete loss of sensation in the legs. The patient reacts extremely aggressively upon questioning about his condition and is very reticent regarding the exact description of the event that led to his injury. The patient is accompanied by his brother, Mr. Illya Vhart, who offered a more detailed description, stating that Raban had been buried by concrete blocks for at least 24 hours following the bombing of a school building in his hometown Prava. Now that's still a second-hand account, or a third-hand account. What? Buried? And he survived this? Well, apparently. A detailed examination of the patient's legs reveals that there is no reaction to any sensation of touch, heat, or cold whatsoever. An examination of the lungs also showed difficulty of breathing and frequent coughing. The patient is not able to walk on his own and is currently being supported by his younger brother. The patient's injury resulted in trauma to the spinal cord and ultimately in paralysis of the lower limbs, paraplegia. A respiratory infection due to weak chest and abdominal muscles is also suspected. Prescription. Since the patient's condition results in incapability of him moving independently, request to Bonton Reception Camp Administration for financing of an MWC manual wheelchair for the patient has been filed. In addition, the patient is prescribed hydrocodone for reduction of nerve pain to be taken by mouth every 12 hours, and benzylpenicillin 250 milligrams oral application every 6 hours for at least 5 days in treatment of respiratory infection. Penicillin helps out with everything. Crime statistics continue to get faked. Real criminals do not show up in statistics. Delacroix presents new crime stats in a way favoring her politics, but who are the real criminals? So we read that. Of course, it is in the best interest of the media and government to push this myth. Headlines sell papers, blah blah blah. Oh, look at the secrets of Terry, that's good. The Blaine administration has been touting a policy of surveillance, a straight violation of privacy for years now. Yet hardly any of the nation's citizens seem to take notice of this fact. Are Blaine and his despicable followers included in these crime rates? I highly doubt it. And that switched because the draft has been posted. So this seems to be true, essentially. Let's add that. There we go. Alright, Raban to Illya.
Illya Vhart speaking.
Brother,
Oh, hey, Raban. I didn't expect you to call. I'm getting ready for work.
I'll be brief. I need your abilities as my co-writer. You must write me an article.
Right now, is it important?
It is.
What do you want me to write about?
There has been a second assault in Bonton, at Stelligan University.
Another one? Oh, wow. They really have got a situation here, don't they?
We need to cover it. Draw attention to how the government is failing its people.
I'm not quite sure if I'll be able to pull it off at work. I feel like they're watching me already.
Do you stand with me, brother? Or has the nation's corruption and wealth finally swayed your sympathies?
Raban, I stand with you. I've told you this.
Then I have faith in you, brother.
Are you preparing a statement about these threats? This has to stop. Are you gonna say something?
Yes.
Ah, great. Finally.
And it is going to be the most remarkable statement I have ever made. The destruction of the cooperation between Cassett and Blaine.
Destruction? How?
Patience, brother. It won't be long now. Take care of the article.
Okay, I will do my best to get it done for you. Give me about an hour for the draft. I'll put it in the back end.
Good. I'll be waiting.
Alright, at
Until
4:30.
later.
Yeah. Until then.
Don't you love when people call their brother not by name, but brother? Alright, let's go back to the beginning. So yeah, Illya is his co-writer. Aims to destroy the cooperation between Cassart and Blaine. Yeah, that sounds true. Ha! We got a little hubris going, haven't we? No such thing will happen. Cassart and Blaine working together is the best thing that could have happened to Parges. Why destroy it? Alright, so we have National Immigration Database, Raban Vhart. So when was this? This was a while ago. I think that picture here that we have is more recent, but this will help us. Nothing pops up out of that? Oh, but this will help us. Excellent. With that, we will be able to get a glimpse directly into the lion's den and probably useful data on our targets. And he immigrated to the nation on February 6th, 2011. Well, right after the safety bill came into effect. Bad timing from their point of view, I guess. Outer Bonson reception camp. Jocelyn Grady, Brotherby border checkpoint. Okay. Let's look at his desktop. It doesn't have any key to it. To do to the Freedom Plaza, set it aflame? What is that supposed to mean? Made a JPEG just to show this? Start Awards Bravest Soldiers 2013. Alright, National Beholder, he's reading some stuff up there. Oleg BK, Partition Army. Jericho Leaks, Operation Flying Dog. Knowledge is power, we give the power back to the people. It's another, like, crappy website. Operation Flying Dog. It's a document about how the Partition soldier Oleg BK was arrested by soldiers of the nation after an incident during the Civil War, only to be released again later and placed as a spy within the Partition army. Uh-oh. And it's 4:30? How convenient. Damn it! I knew he must have been revealed. This changes everything. If Kay's secret is out there, then that's how Vhart came across the info. This alone doesn't appear to be enough of a motive. Agent, I hate to say it, but this new perspective on the situation, we have to put Kay's loyalty into question. If you find any hints at possible disloyalty of our agent towards us, you need to let me know immediately. No, nothing popped up yet. If you'd like to provide us documents you think are relevant to the public needs to know about, please upload them here. What? Not yet. Alright, going back. Wait. Yeah, here. Brava's secondary rugby team was a rugby coach. I don't think that's relevant to anybody. Cam ID 19, it's not the year. April 13th, this is today. This is, oh, is this our dude? Oleg? So they know exactly where he was waiting? Because his phone had a picture of these books somewhere too. Has been talking to President Cassart directly. What? He talked to Cassart directly and didn't inform us? Damn it, I'll have to assume this shows disloyalty towards us, otherwise he would have reported that in. Oh, okay. Here's the back end thing. Let's quickly finish these. Cooperated with Oleg Bouquet out of school? Oh, he was part of the military when he was... Yeah, okay. A deal at a school, what about? That's the protection thing, they got bombed there. Perfect. Now we got an actual photo. That's probably Karen, that's Illya, and that's our buddy here. Raban. Yeah, that's 10-year-old photo. I'm not going to use that. Alright. This is what Illya is saying. The assault on Steligan University is a horrific and terrible crime, but we all know that not the real perpetrators will be punished for this. It is not up to me to speculate who might have caused these terror attacks. One thing's is certain. Pargesian people will be blamed, and are the ones who are going to suffer. Especially the ones living in the nation, no matter what their citizenship really is. What hardships they might have suffered themselves already, no matter how many prejudices and hate they have already faced in the nation. These are the people who are going to suffer, not the real perpetrators. Okay. Am I gonna have to put these portraits in? See, I don't think these things are real. Oh, maybe, here. Alright. President Puppet. I've seen the memes before. The nation would have zero factual benefit from control over Parges. I guess we're treading into territory where facts aren't given any weight. There we go, I needed something to happen. Okay, so now it's been uploaded. Once more, the innocent will be punished. Yeah, so this is just saying the incorrect people will be blamed. Okay, so what are we up to now? We don't have much of anything going on. Oh, trash. A token of my appreciation for your blog. Unknown sender, David Johns. Is a fan. That's Adam. A fan, cute. Yeah, here it is. This is what I, yep. Done some digging through the document, and there was even a phone number of a device they issued to this guy. Alright. We have that piece of info? I don't think so. No need to thank me. This proves what we have been writing about for such a long time. Make everyone see it now. Number for Bakay's protected office phone is out there. This cannot be happening. This is how Raban Vhart reached him, and who knows how many other people have this info now. Well, we know David Johns does. This is a complete disaster. Can I, like... Oh, we already had his number, but it's been... Yeah, it was out there. Okay, so now we've seen everything. Now I have to go through and decide what I want to... put up here. That did nothing. It's hard. It's going to be hard to tell if it's a time triggering thing or if it's something I found. So we're going like with older and older pictures here. That did nothing either. Okay, so let's add these pieces of information. There we go. An autonomous shelter at a school seems a bit overprotective if you ask me, but then again, I'm gonna add this. That he asked for it. Wait, army protection for a school? Seriously? Things must have been bad. Someone must have been really worried. Especially regarding the shelter. Indeed. Alright, so at Blabber, let's read this one. So that's before here. E. Lever. Never would have thought you'd go this far. I always knew you were crazy, but kidnapping a soldier just to get some PR for your dumb blog is completely mad. I'm not responsible for the disappearance of Oleg Bakay. Besides, this man is no angel either. I have reason to believe he was involved in this horrid attack on my school back in 2010. Oh. Many children died because of him. If he really believes that, this would be a strong motive. Good. Can't work solely on what Raban Vhart believes, though. We need to clarify whether there are any more hints of Bakay being involved in this. I know that he was one of the people in charge during the Prava school attack, since, knowing what would happen, he did not let his daughter attend that day. Oh. When did that happen? We could see if this is true. When did that happen? 2010. Bomb, 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 bomb. Where'd the bomb go? I need to find the actual date. It's not in here. Okay. Once we find that date, we know what to do, so that's what we're looking for now. An unsung hero that you need to know about. May 2012, this is by Illya. My brother is a hero, and this article will prove it to you. Okay, let's read it. We have not been maintaining this blog for a while. I would now like to renew it by telling a story. A story of an unsung hero that you simply need to know about. The story of a person who never got the credit he deserves, which I will now change. It is the story of my brother Raban, who wrote most of the previous articles for this blog. Raban has told you about our long and troublesome journey from Parges to the nation. How we had to live in a refugee camp for an inhumanely long time under terrible conditions. About why we had to leave our beloved hometown. You, my dear readers, have in a way been on this journey with us. but he has never told you about the fact that he lost his ability to walk during the terrible events in Parges. He has not told you about why he made this sacrifice, what a true hero he really is. Raban is not a man who likes to share his personal stories, but I have decided that it is time. Especially if you are a reader from our home country Parges, you ought to know about this about my brother. The incident that finally forced us to leave Parges was a tragedy, especially in the eyes of my brother. Prava Secondary, the school that Raban was teaching at, and had in fact helped to build with his own 2 hands, was bombed to the ground. A place of learning, a place of safety, a place that Raban had always offered the Pargesian children the opportunity of a good education, was nothing more than smoldering rubble. During the bombings, most of the children from Raban's 6th grade class had been trapped in a school garden shed, as they had not been able to make it to the safety of the library, which they had been using as a bomb shelter. Against what everyone told him to do, Raban ran out to the shed and saved these children from certain death in this hellish attack. Sure. Saving others while risking his own life. Now I see why his followers treat him almost like a religious figure. Well, Agent, I think it has become clear already that Raban Vhart is only a shadow of his former self. His actions today are what matters. Against what everyone told him. Oh, yeah, okay. He did not rest until every one of them was safe in the library. Without his brave escort, they would not have made it to the shelter, where they were able to wait in safety until the bombing was finally over. The shed was destroyed only minutes later. For Raban himself, he had not made it safely back before the bombs dropped. He was buried under rubble for almost a day, clinging to his bare life, until we finally discovered him. But he had paid a high price, his ability to walk. I cannot tell you how much I admire my brother for so much bravery. And although I know that he would never have permitted me to write this article, I have decided that you, dear readers, simply needed to know about this. Huh. Wow, just wow, you are a true hero. Pargesian hero, refugee, save Parges. That was from 2012. Okay. I only did what I had to. The FTP should pay for this. It was them who were responsible for this horrific attack. Can we get a date? December 7th? Is that when it was? What is this? Explosion which was initiated by the FTP caused the school's principal buried under concrete and rubble. Okay, we know that though. Yes, this is what I needed. Okay, so now what we can do is... We're jumping around in time. This is current. This was from 4. No, it's not the FTP. The National Beholder is nothing but a lying, manipulative, brainwashing machine. In reality, it was a military bombardment that wounded me severely. Oh, I see. Okay, one thing at a time. So first off, do we believe our nation, or do we believe him? I'm not gonna believe him. I'm gonna go for... So we're saying that he thinks it's the FTP, but we're saying it's this. Or sorry, we're saying it's the FTP, the nation is, and he's saying it's not. It's some other, probably us, the nation. I'm gonna go here. Yeah, he sympathizes with the FTP. How does that make any sense? Well, I mean, I know how it makes sense. I guess you don't. So the conflict here is this. So, aha, she was there. Zeta was present on the day her school was attacked. You lying son of a bitch. Wait a second, if Bakay's daughter was present, then we can be pretty certain that he wasn't involved in the attack. Yeah. With Vhart as her caretaker, he must have been aware, meaning there must be more behind Vhart's threat. You have gathered all we need. I will get an intervention team ready for a local base near Prava to go and look for Bakay. They're on their way. Now let me try and make sense of everything we've gathered. I need to decide how we should approach this. Raban Vhart was a school principal back in Prava, Parges. He was also the teacher of Oleg Bakay's daughter, who went to fight in the Pargesian army. The school was attacked by FTP rebels. Vhart managed to save the students by leading them to the shelter he built, but he lost his ability to walk. From the info we have collected, it's unlikely that Bakay had anything to do with the attack. Vhart blames him regardless, probably because he found out Bakay is a national agent through a leak. We have no indication that Oleg Bakay was disloyal to us, so we have to assume he's innocent in this leak. Now Bakay is hiding out somewhere in Prava for whatever reason. This is it, the theory about the situation we're facing. We will make sure to deal with it accordingly. The intervention team is in place. I'm switching over to command, and I'll let you listen in via the listener tool.
Echo 1 reporting. Come in, Command.
Command is reading you.
We have arrived at the designated location.
What is it like?
Sorry, Command. I don't quite follow.
The location? Tell me what you see.
Looks like ruins of a school that has been hit by a large explosive. Possibly an airstrike. Maybe artillery fire.
Can you traverse the ruins?
Affirmative. But the damage is catastrophic. Are you sure the target is around?
Absolutely. Move in and keep me posted at all times. Describe to me everything you see.
Understood. Echo Squad, move in. Entering primary hallway now. The hallway has been severely damaged. You can see the sky right through multiple stories. Some parts are completely caved in. Proceed with caution, Echo Squad. The damage definitely originated some time ago. There's vegetation spreading all over the place. There are some adjacent rooms that seem rather intact. Echo 2, Echo 4, clear them. Rooms are clear. Lots of bags lying around. There were still some geometrical drawings on the chalkboard. The place was clearly left in a hurry. Moving into the next corridor. There's... Oh, shit!
What is it?
Part of the ceiling gave way. Nearly hit one of our operatives. Status, Echo Squad. Dust off.
Ugh. Can you proceed?
Affirmative.
Do it.
Roger. Moving on now.
Status?
All clear. No traces of the target. Some doors are blocked by debris, but there's zero chance they have been opened recently.
Listen, I need you to find the target person. He is around.
There's a basement stairwell that we haven't checked yet. Moving there now. Watch your corners, Echo Squad. Not much left here either. The projectile went right through half the building like a hot knife through butter. Hate to say it, but we may be out of luck. Wait, found something. There's a hatch leading further down. Looks used recently.
Finally, proceed.
Affirmative. This is the school's library, still intact. Someone put a lot of effort into turning this into some sort of autonomous bomb shelter. And they succeeded. Even the power is still on. From what I can tell, this thing even has working surveillance cams on the walls.
Huh. Peculiar. Maybe Bakay is able to use them. Proceed with caution.
Definitely wouldn't want to. Movement! Get down! Get down! Echo Squad, contain the target!
It's the target. It has to be.
Oleg Bakay, we know you're here. There is no way out of this shelter. throw your weapons into the middle of the room and come out from your position with your hands on your head. Visual on target. Identity confirmed. It is Oleg Bakay. Your order.
Bakay did not betray our secrets. He is too valuable and must be retrieved alive. Is that understood?
Roger. Get down and put your palms flat on the ground in front of you. I said get down! Oleg Bakay, surrender and lie down, now!
Report in.
Target cooperative. We got him. Oleg Bakay is in custody.
Very well. Mission accomplished. Make sure the area is secure, then disengage.
Understood. Echo Squad, move out!
Okay. Good work. That went surprisingly well. One could even say, by the book. I'm glad we're in possession of our agent Bakay once again. Seems it was a wise decision to pick you for this job. For now we wait and... What the? This bastard, the people's voice. Raban Vhart is streaming right now. You need to see this. Yeah, he's got the cameras. The government of the nation is lying to you. I hereby present you actual proof of this.
My dear followers, yes, this is exactly what you think it is. I found Oleg Bakay. What you see before you is an image obtained from a surveillance camera feed from the ruins of my old school, showing him among soldiers of the nation. These highly trained professionals arrested him, a soldier in service of the Pargesian army, while he was hiding away from them. The true nature of the national government is laid bare before you. Through their propaganda machine called the National Beholder, they dared to make their false allegations against me and the people's voice as a whole. They claimed I'd be responsible for Bakay's disappearance, when it was them all along. But when President Kassat and Prime Minister Blaine are such close friends, why would they arrest a fellow soldier, you might ask? Oleg Bakay was the person responsible for the attack on Prava Secondary, the school I have been principal of a long time ago. And they knew it. They knew the moment he disappeared, the blame was on me, to shut me up once and for all. But the people's voice cannot be silenced. So what is there to do for you, my dear followers, against the oppressive force of the national government and the Kassat regime? Do not listen to their corrupt and manipulative media outlets. Do not fail to remind Kassat what has transpired here today. Do not let them sweep this under the carpet, to pass the buck, to influence you with such outrageously false information, to make people vanish, to manipulate your thoughts. Or you may be next. Stand up for your rights and resist Kassat. Resist Blaine. Let's retake our country from President Puppet.
Interesting. How the hell did that happen? Where did he get those pics? Oh, no, the surveillance cameras. God damn. This will have severe repercussions, I fear. We'll have some more containment to do. Even though we are facing a lot of trouble, you have done well. For now, you may complete your work for today. Yeah, but we knew that there were cameras here, but I couldn't do anything about it. Alright, so that's it. That's episode 1. And yeah, so the way that this is going to work, actually, for Orwell Ignorance is Strength, is that episodes, there are at least 3 that are that were announced. They're going to be released a few weeks at a time, so I'll get them, play them, and post them as soon as they come out. So thank you for watching. We are done with day 1. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.